Hello and welcome to Pod Hub, the podcast for lonely nights. I'm Pomsky and today I'm joined by
Hayden. Hey guys.
And YourMateNath, aka me.
which I think this is the first podcast episode we've got with you with that name now.
It is indeed.
So,
Yay.
You've also started streaming a lot more now as well.
I have indeed.
So go look him up. Obviously I'm Pomsky B and you got YourMateNath, both on Twitch.
He was
So
my
come
mate
join
first, though. Before you got
us.
I can be sure.
YourMateNath, my MateNath, everybody's MateNath. So today the topic of conversation is going to be mythical creatures and cryptids. So these are going to be somewhat ones that we know a lot of, or ones we're passionate about, and just some random ones with a little quiz at the end. Now, obviously, all these episodes have a disclaimer. There's going to be like views on this, people's opinions, people's thoughts and beliefs. At no point do we want to offend anyone. Everyone's allowed their own opinion. Everyone's allowed to voice their own thoughts and opinions. So don't take anything to heart and be nice. We obviously don't want to offend anyone in any way with their beliefs either. So,
Unless they're wrong.
no one's ever wrong. No one's ever right. The world is unknown. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy our rambling through this.
Shit, sorry.
Shit, sorry.
I might cut out the scream. I'm like playing with some tinfoil from a cherry bagel I had, and I just folded it up and put it in my nose, and it got stuck.
Great
my God.
start! Great start!
It's just pulled out like two of my fucking nostrils.
Why did you stick it in your nose?
I don't know. I made like a little arch in it. I tried to make it look a bit like a nose ring, and it didn't really work. Ow! But I forgot Discord does not allow you to make any noise over like 2 decibels.
Oh my God. I know,
Sorry,
we should
sorry for
probably
interrupting.
like change
Sorry.
from Discord or something like
Oh, that really fucking hit. Ow.
that. Anyway. What snacks and drinks has everyone got? Hayden.
I don't have any snacks, but I've got a bottle of Dr. Pepper.
Ooh, I haven't had Dr. Pepper in so long.
Oh, I love it.
I mean, you know my snack, 'cause it's just been up my nose. And a default Nathan character just got a can of Pepsi Max. It's not default, that.
It is default you.
It is default you. There has been some weird shit.
We had a cherry bakewell. Was it a good one or was it a shitty?
Do you mean a shitty? I don't eat.
Some of them can be so fake and
taste
fake, and you're
yeah, it was sort of. It was. Who's the famous? What's the famous brand that make all the cakes in the red box? Just one of them.
Birds.
Who?
Birds is a red box.
Birds.
Kipling.
Kipling, there you go. Thank you.
Red?
It's in the red box.
I just guessed Kipling. I don't know.
I was like, I thought that was a pink.
I'm gone.
I
ain't gone. You don't have to.
Actually, yeah, we're gonna have to look this up now, aren't we?
Kipling. Cherry bear.
Whilst he's looking that up, Pomsky, what are your fancy snacks that you told us about eating?
I was saying to everyone how we normally do a drinks and snacks thing, and I was like, I actually have some really fucking fancy snacks. So my fancy snacks, because I shop at Aldi, they have like themed sections of country food. So last couple of weeks, I think it's been Mexican. This time it's Indian. And these snacks are apparently classic, but this is where I butcher this. Baklava selections.
Okay.
It's a Mediterranean treat. So these are full of. It's literally covered in like so much. I don't know if it's like golden syrup of some sort.
Please insert photograph here.
I know, it would be so good. I'm just gonna name a few. So there's the baklava, I think it's called. I don't know. That's how the English pronounce it.
Baklava.
Nah, shit.
Is it spelled like baklava?
Kind of, but instead of lava, it's LAWA. Lawa.
Yeah.
It's BAK lawa. Baklava.
Okay.
Mixed nuts between layers of filo pastry.
Ew.
But like, it's not like crazy. Like, it's not as if you're chewing on an actual nuts. Don't get it. Any idea?
You said it. I
And there's
didn't say
fruit.
anything.
There's one that's like got fruit between layers of filo pastry. Now, filo pastry is amazing. For one, filo pastry stuffed with crushed cashew nuts. Like, I am not a massive tree nut or anything like that person, but these are covered in so much like golden syrup or honey or whatever the fuck is glued together with that it's literally you're just eating pure sugar with nuts.
You need to be proud of me. I'm trying so hard to be PG right now and not like say anything.
Especially for me. Nuts full of sugar when you're diabetic ain't a fucking recipe for, a good time.
I do love Indian sweets though. They are amazing. Indian sweets.
Even Mr. Kipling. Well,
yeah.
I mean,
Right.
very briefly on what Hayden said. I've tried
Go
the
on.
new cherry Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. Any good?
Cherry Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, it for me, it starts off like when you first taste it, it tastes just like a lot like cherry head, and then when you start getting on like the back burner of the aftertaste, it just tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
It's quite good. It's just
I will
very
say,
sweet though, like very sweet.
With that, try the vanilla Dr. Pepper. It is so good.
Why is there so many fucking flavours now?
I'm sure I've tried a cherry Dr. Pepper before, but it was like, when you can go in like the around the world shops and stuff and they've got all the flavors.
Yeah.
It was in like a very deep red coloured can. It wasn't like this pink one they're advertising. It was like actual.
Maybe they just like
rebranded
it, like rebranded the can or something.
But that one was really like, that one was like proper like a bizarre combination. This one is just kind of cherry in a can, really.
Just before you go, Hayden, did you find out if it was in a red box, the cherry bake one?
Yeah, it is.
I've never seen this in my life.
You've never seen it?
No, I wasn't gonna like move on. I was just gonna say, like, for a cryptid podcast, we're talking an awful lot about snacks and stuff, and I'm here for it. I love it.
Well, you got to be, aren't we?
Everyone knows how much I love my snacks.
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
Infinite snack corner.
Yeah, infinite snacks.
Yeah.
Right, shall we move on to the first cryptid that I really want to talk about, because I love him. He's my favorite cryptid.
Guys,
if everyone's okay with that.
You go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Right, the first cryptid I want to talk about is the Mothman.
Yeah, that we all know and love.
We all love Mothman.
Hey, Nathan, have you heard of the Mothman before?
I've heard of the Mothman simply and purely through the fact of Hayden continuously talking about the Mothman in my years of knowing him. But other than that, I would have known a lot more about him if you'd asked me this question maybe like 4 years ago. But the realm of the Mothman has escaped me and eluded me. So I am just like the viewers listening into this conversation to learn.
So the Mothman, he's I'd say legendary cryptid. He's well known. He's got wings. He's bipedal creature, and he's got big glowing red eyes. And he first popped up. There's mixed reports that I found out. Like,
is that?
There's reports that like he first appeared on like some of the grounds on the Revolutionary War in America. People account that they saw like a creature with glowing red eyes and wings and stuff. That was like when it was first mentioned, but the first like proper like sightings or alleged sightings of the Mothman was said to be in the 1960s in West Virginia. Obviously, it's got to be West Virginia, right?
They
Like,
all come from West Virginia.
yeah. But he's described as like he's man-sized bird or a giant like bird hybrid man thing, and people say he's got like a wingspan of about 10 feet and can fly from up to like 100 miles an hour and stuff. So he's super fast, super cool. I just think like the people's description of the Mothman and the way people depict the Mothman, I just think he looks so cool. I don't know, it really resonates something with me that I just like it, It's like if he is real, that'd be
so
cool. Yeah.
Do you know some of the lore behind the Mothman?
Well, there's a few what's the word that I'm looking for? There's a few different accounts of like where he popped up from. Some say he's like he popped up from the depths of hell and stuff to protect the land and the forests and stuff and chase away people who might want to do it harm. Some say like he just stalks his prey. But then there's an interesting one, and I think you'll like this one. Some reports say that he's an alien. And
I've not heard that
one. when there's been sightings of the Mothman, people also say that they've seen UFOs in the sky. And I think that's so interesting. Yeah, so it's like UFO. There's a mixture of things, from him being from the depths of hell to him being an alien from another world with like UFOs and stuff.
But like the main general public view of the Mothman is normally that most people believe he's there before a disaster happens. Whether he causes the disaster, people are unknown. Like he's the reason it happens, but he's always been seen around disasters in the area. Like obviously the most famous one was when a bridge collapsed and killed like thousands of people. Where he was most popularly cited by a load of people with accountable stories.
Point Pleasant, wasn't it, in West Virginia? I think is where he originally, supposed to be.
Yeah, he's got like a cult following him.
Yeah, he also has. People have built a statue of the Mothman in West Virginia, and I really want to go visit it.
That would be awesome.
I've got a friend who lives in West Virginia, and she's been to the Mothman statue. I think last year, actually, I was like, I'm so jealous. You can just go there whenever you want and stuff. And she was like, oh, I'm actually going to be in that area, so I'll take a picture. And she took a picture, a selfie of her and the Mothman, and I was really jealous. It's like, I really want to go see it.
Yeah, it was so cool too. It is crazy, and like, I feel like there is. I guess nowadays we don't hear as many stories. Whether that's like they've dulled it down now, or if it just doesn't get as far as us anymore. But then I've also heard of reports of like the stare of a Mothman can make you pass out. Like if it stares directly at you, people are like, it's literally stared into my soul, and I've missed time in my life.
Must come and find me after an art, ain't then?
Can you imagine?
I think with the rise of like the internet and stuff, I feel like a lot of it's done wonders for kind of people to talking about like cryptids and all of that stuff, but also I think it's done a lot to kind of sway people's views on them not believing in stuff as well, because information is so readily available about everything, and I think everybody's so hyper fixated on not facts per se, but you know what I mean, like finding the truth and stuff like that. Opinions are very loud on the internet, so I think things in that nature, things of like mystical / whatever kind of viewpoints are they're not as prevalent as they were back in the day and in like ancient times and medieval times and stuff, because there was none of that, it was just like you living in the land, and fucking weird shit happens and people come up with these stories and stuff.
But then you would have thought it'd work on the other hand as well. Of we have social media so readily available, you would have thought it would have been published more, and there'd be more sightings and more evidence.
It's the thing. I said this the other day, when I always like a mystery, right? And I like the idea of a mystery if people don't quite know something. What you're telling me in the likes of America, that so-called Bigfoot or a species of Bigfoot / Yeti is knocking around, and with all the drones and all the cameras and that we are not spotting the bloke walk around. The best picture quality we've got is taken on a Nokia 2.
You always find that like
costume. It's
all
like,
these evidence videos, they're like, oh, we've caught sightings of in Bigfoot or something, and then it's just the most grainiest video in the world, ever, and it's just like a black spodge.
Try to immediately capture something, I'm sorry,
but an iPhone's quality is still decent enough that you can
say
get
that though. Like my phone quality photo is really good, but I tried to take a photo of something really quickly before it disappeared. I think it was like a freaking beetle or something, and I really couldn't take a photo. Like it was so blurry, and like because I was trying to do it quickly, it just couldn't register what it was seeing.
But that being said, right, I'm still to this day, I'm still getting. I'm gonna bring up a sensitive topic.
Wow.
And this is not me, taking piss or anything, but I'm just using it as a reference, because I literally saw a video the other day of it, and I was just like, there's so many new perspectives of the 9/11 terror attacks, right? And I saw a video of an angle that I've never seen before, and I've seen so many like different angles, but it seems every year there's a new video coming out of the Twin Tower attack, and it's like, oh my god, I've never seen this perspective before. And the fact that like people, and my point being is, so many people are just recording randomly now that it's kind of hard to believe that some of these things aren't being captured in the modern day, right? That's my point behind what I'm talking about the attacks for.
And your second fold could fall into the realms of quite convincing AIs become as well. So
I was just gonna say, I want to leave that for another conversation, because I definitely want to do an AI one. But how much of it is fake and AI?
From some of the stuff you legitimately just can't tell. And and the thing is, I actually do think in today's society as well, if you was to genuinely discover something like that, people believe in you. Most people just wouldn't. But no, I just don't know. I just find it like really bizarre. Like no one else can find this particular bloke in a costume. I mean, Bigfoot. I mean, it's weird.
But then again, like my mom watches stuff all the time, and they're still finding evidence. It's just because people don't want to believe it that no, it doesn't get publicized, because no one wants to believe it, because then they're seen as crazy.
Unless you're on those like fringe websites that are like specifically
unless you're specifically looking for it, you don't find it because it doesn't get recommended, because then you're crazy.
Government schemes as well. They remove your searches. They don't let you find it.
That's it. Another thing, like there's so many things where unless you're like subscribed to certain things or looking in certain places, like it's not going to be on your mainstream streaming sites.
You
You
mean
actually
tell me
gotta
it's
look
not
for it.
Bigfoot 08621 that I was watching on Twitch the other day? It's not the real big. You have my pants down.
I did watch one time. I think it was a live stream. It was a 24-hour live stream of these woods that's had like so many sightings of stuff. But you would literally have to be sat there 24 hours to watch it. But I was like, this is actually cool that someone's actually got a live stream going for that woods. And like you'd see them come every couple of days to check that everything's okay, like collect their trail cams and then go back. And I was like, that's cool. But at the same time, who's gonna actually sit there 24 hours a day to watch that?
It's slightly off the topic of cryptids, but I'm gonna only very briefly talking about like why wouldn't people capture like the modern day person and modern day like Bigfoot or whatever, all these creatures. Saying that, you still go online now and watch Crime Stoppers and that. It's like, this man here went into his Peugeot 182 and it's filmed on like the world's fucking most deadliest microwave camera ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still the same
true.
now. You know, M6 can catch me doing 96 flying down with my registration plate as clear as fucking the day without a cloud in it. But yet you fucking try and find this mass murderer who's been molesting kids and you can't fucking see him.
It's such a good point because of like traffic cops and stuff like that.
Mental.
Their video footage is absolutely shit.
Yeah, it's mental. So I guess it can technically kind of fall under that same realm.
And I guess most of the time it's hillbillies that don't have up-to-date technology as well.
Oh yeah,
because
they got shotgun.
They're they're like living off their land in the middle of nowhere. They probably don't have internet. They probably don't have decent phones.
Sorry, I was just thinking that meme. There's a cow outside. Live in a cow farm because cows outside. He's like, they live off the land. It's like,
I'm still laughing at the fact I got a shotgun. That really tickled me.
I mean, I'm not really I am, and I'm also not at the same time clued up on like cryptids. Like I've got your usual, like know of the usual ones of like, you know, like I said, Bigfoot and like Loch Ness monster and like chupacabras and stuff like that. But I'm not like clued in on the lore, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
The only ones that I've not even super looked into, the one of my favorite kind of idea, and I know Hayden likes this one as well, is the like the sea serpent, or known as like the world serpent, so like the big massive snake that is like the kind of like ancient sort of in mythology and all that stuff, and it kind of like wraps itself around the world, and it's basically lives deep in the sea and could come up at any point it wants to. I kind of like that, but that's in sort of like the Scandinavian sort of folklore, but it's been around since like, it's been around since like the 1500s, or if not even well before. But I always thought like that the idea that was like meant, it's like the Kraken as well, like something that lives so deep.
Yeah, the Kraken.
Yeah,
and would literally like wipe out ships and stuff. That's kind of part and part why people.
Do we know where the Kraken is, though, or where it's meant to be?
In
Asda.
Yes, please. Yeah. Can I have one?
I don't know.
The Kraken, I find it like more plausible than a lot of things, because when you see a giant squid, that thing is massive, genuinely so big.
Yeah.
And when you think about like a megalodon or something, for instance, like they were a thing, you know, all these dinosaurs were a thing. And look how big some of those dinosaurs were. It's kind of not out of the realm of possibilities that some of these things might have survived up until, you know, like when they were doing, you know, piracy and stuff, and ships were sailing the seas and stuff like that. Because you think of like a jellyfish, I think I heard that like jellyfish are genuinely like immortal, like they don't die unless they're like killed or something, but they can like live forever
They can
or,
essentially
or
revert
something, right?
themselves back to the
Yeah.
essential like rebirth state and
Yeah, and so like they can
restart their organs and
essentially
stuff.
live forever unless they're killed, you know, and it's not out of the realm of possibility that, you know, maybe a squid the size of the fucking, you know, however big the Kraken is out there somewhere, because we've not explored the sea
No.
enough. I think we've explored more of like space and stuff than we have
We know more about it
explored this. Yeah, we know more about space than we do the sea, and that's
because I mean, even
crazy.
the megalodon itself is kind of perceived as one of the thingies now. The like a mythical beast because people still think that they're about. Obviously, they existed, so they can't be mythical. Like, but the cryptids, like they said, like they essentially because of the climate and stuff, they essentially move so deep underwater. Because obviously, there's a lot of fish under there that we still haven't identified yet. So it's
I
like
haven't identified. There's so
like
much.
That's its new like food source essentially because the world started getting warmer and things like that with the amount of humans obviously that became there and things like factories and shit. So essentially, to keep itself at the climate, it like they just went deeper underwater, and I'm like, shit. I'm like that. No one can turn around to me and say that that's not plausible because no one fucking knows.
Other than like, how do
Shit.
they breathe unless they've figured a way?
It's a fucking
not
fish, you
to.
claim. What do you mean? How does it breathe?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess through water. But,
I mean,
was
no, but I'm
trying to
saying as
think.
deep as
I
you
was
go, it's
trying
still
not to
oxygen in the
forget
water and that. Like
the point I was going to make, so I wasn't listening fully. I was
do
like,
you know
I'm gonna
water?
forget what I want to say if I don't
Water
like.
is
Go on, say
oxygen
it.
and
Say it
hydrogen.
before you forget. Go on.
No, because I forgot. I was trying my hardest not to forget, and I
Okay.
did.
You silly sausage. Good. It was gonna be special anyway.
Oh no, it was.
God.
There we go.
I remember have you seen online the quite a few of the anglerfish have came up from the depths of the ocean?
Yes, I have. Terrifying.
How fucking weird is that? That something
Yeah.
that deep, that's only ever lived that deep, has worked its way up to the surface and is now like there's a few of them as well.
Yeah, I know. It's all about. I think it's just the climate, because obviously the ocean's going to get hotter and stuff like that, as everything else, and when like the glaciers are melting and things like that. And
But if they're coming up, what else is gonna come up?
well, that's literally it. I remember it was somewhere in the like 2010 eras, and like when the cameras got the furthest down they'd ever got, and like we saw like loads of these like fish that were just almost like fireflies, but they were like underwater and that, and it's like this is just mental. Like it's literally just a different world.
And then when they set the bait out, and there's literal giant sharks, like this, like swimming slowly. They're probably absolutely harmless, but they come and like eat the bait. But they're like literally, they're not like the world's biggest, but they're hitting like your big shark mark,
big
and
buck.
that's all of them. And you're there being like, well, if that's just at that depth, what is there that we can't see?
That's the sort of the realms that are freaky to me. Like I said, I don't think the world serpent is like actually plausible, because the idea of it is it literally wraps itself around the entire world, and it's essentially like it can pop up from point A to B, because it's been reported all over the world. So not so much like I said, the Kraken. See, even like cryptids or mythical beings, whatever you want to call them, surely must have a lifespan as well, right? Like Kraken, might be able to live for 1,000 years, whatever. But if it's knocking about when pirates and shit are about and things like that, maybe it just died. I mean,
Well, that's it. You don't hear
know.
reports of it anymore. We just all know of it.
Well, yeah, you just get fucking.
So it
Tommy
probably just
guns.
died. So I actually have some bits on the Kraken. The Kraken is said to be between Norway and Iceland. So that's where it's meant to live. Obviously derived by a giant squid. We all know this. But it was first noticed or described in the 1700s. So yeah, it's definitely dead by now. If you didn't breed. Because that definitely ain't going to be around anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not.
Who knows?
I mean, like,
Who knows?
Maybe it's an alien that's a robot, really, and it's just living forever.
I'm sorry, but have you seen those TikToks that are like, it's like got that weird sound on it, it's like where it's like, and then it like
You went
it's
silent.
blessing me cut
oh
for that
no,
and I
yeah,
bet it's
yeah.
spot on as well.
Never
Discord's
mind, I
fucking you
can't do the
over.
thing. But it's always like, what is this? And it's always like eyes in the middle of the woods or something,
Oh,
staring
yeah,
at someone. It's got that weird sound in the background, like the spooky sound in the
Oh my
background.
god.
I've seen one to do with like, is this a kraken? And it's a guy on a ship, and it's like the waves were like,
Right.
yeah, that's it. That's what I was trying to do, but Discord,
Remind me at
decided
the
to fuck me
end.
over.
I need to look at the different wave recorder in this because this is pissing me off now.
Okay.
Have you got any more on that topic? Or any of the things we've discussed?
I do
far.
want to talk about a mythical creature,
Okay.
if that's
Go
okay.
for it.
And my favorite mythical creature is the Chimera.
Chimera. I just know that
Yeah.
from a game.
So Chimera, it's a fire-breathing hybrid like creature in ancient Greece time, Greek time, not Greece time. It's said to have the body of a lion with a head of a goat protruding from its back, and then the tail is a snake, a venomous snake, and it's said to be the daughter of Typhon and Echidna, and they were the beasts who fought the gods of Olympus. And yeah, it was like just a crazy mishmash of creatures. These three
I feel like I've
creatures.
seen this in like a movie.
Oh,
but I can't
you would
remember
have
what
seen, yeah,
movie.
yeah. There's been depictions in movies, in video games, and in a lot of media. There's always like some form of like chimera or something.
Oh my god, yeah, there's literally a statue. Where's that statue?
But yeah, I just find them really cool, like a cool design, cool descriptions, and like lore from it and stuff. And there was I think it was a god or so the famous Greek person was said to have killed one, and he flew in on a Pegasus, and it helps him defeat the Chimera and stuff that was ravaging the land and stuff. I forgot his name though, unfortunately.
Makes this absolute shit up. Like you
Like
feel like
the ancient Greek.
You feel like you're reading like a Harry Potter book, and people believed in this shit.
Okay, right. So I've got a thing about like ancient mythology
cool
and
and
stuff.
everything.
No, it's cool. Right. So I know a lot about Norse mythology and stuff like that, right? And the descriptions of like Valhalla and the gods and stuff have always interested me. But when you're think in the mind of an ancient human being, right? You see shit in the sky that we know what it is now, right? Because we've got descriptions of it, science and all that is like come up with like the descriptions of what it actually is. You're telling me you're a Viking, in let's say Sweden or something, and you see northern lights, right? You see these
You would think
bright
aliens are taking over.
neon lights in the sky and stuff, and your brain is just like, what the fuck is that?
I
We
can
know what it is
understand
now, but then you don't know. So people come up with these
But with a
stories and
chimera,
stuff.
how the hell have they thought that a freaking lion who's got a snake's tail and a freaking goat's head or whatever it is?
Because it's a story. It's like
Wild time in the
it's
burn.
ancient. It's ancient, Greek
Was
mythology.
it maybe a lion that had like killed a goat and that was hanging of it out of its mouth or something?
I don't think it's that deep, if I'm honest. I think it's
No, but my thing is, I'm trying not to make it deep, but I'm trying to like give a reason on why maybe they thought these
Oh
things.
no, yeah, you were right.
You saw like lightning in the
Right,
sky.
obviously, yeah, that would totally, and that would be like Thor, right?
Well, you got to think
Yeah,
about like
but you
words and
see
shit like that.
lightning in
Like,
the sky. You see
Yeah, no, who
lightning,
thinks of
and
like,
you
oh my god, that's a
hear.
Thor, like a god from. Well, I get the god shooting lightning down, but who thinks of that as Thor?
Well, because
Thunder?
like people believed in gods and stuff,
I
right?
just wish they wrote down their thought process.
They did.
when they get
Well, not their thought process, but they wrote down what they thought. Because you see lightning coming from the sky, and you hear massive loud bangs and stuff.
the gods are angry with you.
Yeah,
that,
like
yeah.
people are just like, oh shit, Thor's like, smacking Mjolnir and is, on the anvil and stuff, or it's Thor's like mad or something, so he's calling down the storms and stuff like that. It's like people believe in God now and stuff like that,
Say, like, I'm not trying to like make it deep or devise anyone's opinions, but there is a book that you cannot, in this day and age, say is fact or fiction. And there's 2.4 billion people out of the 8 billion people in this world that believe it and follow it day to day. It's just the same principle in it. It's just like people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People just seen something and they'd have been like, shit, like, fuck, like.
It's like
Also, you
reading
got to
Harry
remember,
Potter
drugs.
and then
Drugs are
believing it's
also
true.
been a very, very long time. Drugs have been around a very
Yeah,
long
that's a good
time.
point. They could have been smoking some herbal stuff.
You know what I mean? They could
They would have probably been eating shrooms, like.
And also, you got to
Yeah.
think about the fact there ain't no food hygiene ratings coming out and testing the fucking thing. If they ate something, or they tried out a new plant, or they ate some dodgy food,
Yeah,
don't
that's
forget
very
what your
true.
brain can do to you. I'm not saying every person who wrote a mythical thing down because it was a fucking.
No, I know, but that's where like these things can come
Yeah.
from, like it's not out of the world of possibilities. People create stories all the time that people read, and they're just like, "Oh, that was really good." Game of
There's
Thrones,
reading a story and
you
there's
know.
there's believing in a story.
Yeah,
Well,
That's
that's
what
what I've
always
just
gets
said.
me.
what?
Billions of
yeah.
people.
You've got to think though. There was it was ancient times, there wasn't internet, there wasn't video
But they
games
weren't
and stuff.
stupid either.
No, I'm not
Like,
saying they were stupid.
No, I know. I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm just saying like they're not stupid. So to actually come up with like a term for these things that have been happening around them, it would have been so interesting to figure out how they actually got to their end conclusion for like names or why. Like, okay, yeah, they describe the things and give it a name, but how did they go from witnessing or thinking things to then actually being like, this is what it is?
I don't know. Someone called Dr. Zeus because that man made a lot of money thinking of some fucking weird shit. just being creative, and that's all it is. Like, people may believe it, people may not believe it. There's just people. There's some people in this world, and some people even where I live, that you could tell them 2 + 2 is 8, and they'd believe you. I mean, some people just aren't built for. But
Thinking.
I don't even think it's necessarily like for example, I like mythical creatures. Few ones I like the banshee, the hydra, werewolves, the griffin, things like that. Dragons, I fucking love dragons. Probably like one. I've got like 3 really, really good mythical creatures that I really like. I think they're all mythical anyway, but in that sort of realm anyway. But it's not. I don't even think it's like the idea of this is real. It exists. It's the idea of it was a different time, an ancient time. Things could have been so different. It's the belief that there's just unexplained things that happen in life. I don't think people are gonna
Don't talk about them because Pomsky will take the piss out of you.
For
It can
what?
do. My mythical creature's being on time, and I tell you now, don't start that.
I was gonna say, the thing is though, I'm not criticizing them in the point of how on earth did they believe that in the harsh sense. It's more the fact of it would have been nice to see a reasoning, because like most people believe in stuff for like reasons of facts or what makes sense to them. Like there is a lot of these cryptids or mythical creatures that I truly believe did exist and may still exist. And that's what I want to believe in. And obviously, some of them probably not plausible.
It's not always just the sense of believing. It's just sometimes it's the sense of
Yeah,
this is
some
just a
that's
really
like
good story and
cool.
it's spread.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well,
not.
that's
It's
it.
like just
The
think of
idea
Dracula.
of a werewolf, I would fucking love the idea of a werewolf.
People literally will go to play like Pennsylvania or Transylvania or like places like that because of a guy who made a story about fucking like castle, like things like in them areas and shit like that. Like people will go to like weird locations like that and speak about Dracula, a guy that got written about in a book, like vampires and that. And there is people that will literally fixate on. There's people alive that will literally live the life as if the vampires and stuff written about in a book. No one's written it as in this is fact. Like the idea, the clues of the title, it's called a mythical creature. It's sort of make believe, if you like, of whether believe it or don't. But
yeah, wasn't the vampire like a true story thing? Like a guy living his life being
to an
sucking people's
extent,
blood.
yeah, like probably. I mean,
I can't remember.
You
I've
can
not
probably
read it
get
myself.
you can probably get the creatures round fucking here, lure you into their house, and they'll fucking suck you off, suck you dry. And in either way you want to look at it. But no, I mean, I really like the basilisk. Obviously, like it more so like Medusa style of the idea that there's these snakes, and if you was to look at them, you become a stone. Like there's a lot of like there's a lot of stories that like a lot of these statues and stuff. When you go to like ancient like places, like when you go in Greece, like Rome, and stuff, and you find all the statues, it's like at some point along the line they were punished by the basilisk or not.
I love the story of Medusa, and I find it so like devastating as well. You know, because
it's a tragic story, isn't it?
It's a very tragic story. It's a very tragic story, and I feel nothing but bad for Medusa, and I understood why she turned out the way that she did. Because fuck everyone. You get molested and sexually assaulted by a god, Poseidon, and then you get punished because some of the bitch is jealous. It's like,
different times, like, different times.
I know, it's like, yo, Athena, why are you jealous for, bitch?
But, it's like, do I believe it happened? Not necessarily as a fact, but I like to kind of look at it and think that would just be an idea of like these gods were knocking about, and that's like the form that they chose to use while on Earth. And like people who got punished or like soldiers ever banished, and they're all these ancient statues. Most of them aren't even about anymore because they're that ancient. Things like that. So it's just like
I do like thinking that though. This statue. There's a story behind it. Maybe he was turned to stone by Medusa and stuff. That's really cool.
I do that all the time abroad. That definitely was about that. Like, he definitely was he stole fucking 4 copper coins out of a purse, and now he's fucking stoned. But I mean, like even a banshee, a banshee in some sense is not the exact same. I don't know the full lore behind the banshee, but it's somewhat even like kind of like a ghost, really, because it's said to have. I know one of the facts is it's said to appear as like it symbolizes death, obviously, but it's meant to appear as a woman in like a white coat.
Yeah,
that's what you symbolize a ghost, isn't it?
Like, from what I understand of banshees, it was a woman who was like tormented in life, and she still had a purpose to be around, like a very vengeance, like ghost type thing. So she's got like unfinished business. She might have been tortured when she was alive, or something bad happened to this woman, and then she comes back as a banshee to enact her revenge on the people that hurt her and like everyone else, pretty much. And like, yeah, banshees are really cool. I like that
So
as well.
Basilisk was up there for me, and then my two other favorite ones, dragons, and it's not. I can't. Do you know when you just kind of? It's bizarre to say, but do you know when you just kind of? Let's go same way. Like can relate to something, or like feel a connection, if you like. Like you just look at something and you feel like, fuck yeah, that's just like, yeah. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is. That's
you would have
always
been a
what I thought
dragon
was.
rider. Yeah, you'd be a
Well, I
dragon
won't go
rider.
that far.
Yeah, you'd
I'm not.
ride
I'm
a
not.
dragon.
I'm not donkey. I'm not donkey. But no, there's just.
Riding a
I
dragon.
don't know. Since I've been a kid, like I used to like just draw them and things like that. Like.
Oh, I have so many
But
drawings.
I
of
think it's
freaking
because it's.
dragons.
I like like I had a bearded dragon at one point. I like reptilian creatures like that. So it's kind. I think it kind of stems from that. And it's also the idea of just in a lot of the films you watch or books you read or games you play, or whatever. I mean, it's hit and miss what they're like. They've all got a personality. You know what I mean? Never two the same. Some guard gold, some protect homesteads, some are just out for vengeance, some are like got wisdom to share, some are knowledgeable, some are evil, some are protected. It's just like they're all different. So I'm just
Yeah,
like,
I just
it's
see them as
fucking
like
cool, man.
giant dogs, almost. Like they're more intelligent and stuff like that, but like they all have their own personalities and want to do something for someone.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just like it always wanted to be. It's not. It always wanted to be my first tattoo. And I like all sorts of dragons. I like the dragons you'd see in kind of like um Viking eras and like Chinese dragons and like all the different they've all kind of got their own regional
Mm.
look and they're all slightly different. I just find them fascinating. Like I couldn't
But
tell
then,
you where that would come from. Maybe people
isn't
saw
it
big birds and thought, "Fuck me, look at that." Like,
isn't it crazy that every single place around Earth have the story of dragons before we could even communicate across seas?
exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's
We
just
all said about
amazing.
dragons.
Yeah, and I guess my favorite one. I mean, dragons are up there, but I don't know this is classed as mythical or not. Um, I guess it would be actually, but if fucking werewolves and vampires and that fall into zombies, I just think they're fucking great. Me,
Mm.
like
The
I
thing
know
is,
like
zombies is an
werewolves.
actual real thing, though.
Well, I was gonna say that there is a possibility, and the only really well, it's cannibals, obviously, but the only other realistic thing of your rest of your body's dead, other than your mind, it's that fucking fungi like they do in The Last of Us. I mean, that's a real existing thing. That's weaponized. We did, but
Yeah.
I just like I don't know. It's just it's
I'm sure
weird.
they've just got the zombie virus out of an iceberg that's melting into the water or something like that recently.
More than likely,
It's
it's
like
not.
an ancient zombie virus
Yeah,
that
that's why.
literally is eating away at your flesh.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
It
That's why I
turns you
wouldn't
stir
put it
crazy.
into a mythical category. That's more so just like a thing I like, but I can't even
You've just
explain it
given
to
me
you.
another topic idea.
I've just sort of like always thought they were cool. Like when I was a kid at my nan's and I used to go around, I was like drawing comic strips, and I did like 160-page flip, like big A4 comic and that of like, and I made this full panel. It was just I don't know. It's just mental. I mean, werewolves and vampires have got more lore behind them. You know, like they still kind of like exist, and they kill and that for reasons of, I don't know, just the idea of like a zombie apocalyptic world and that. It's just, I don't know, it's just fucking great to me. But I won't call it mythical. It's that teetering borderline of, or someone like obviously like he didn't make them, I don't think anyway, but like George Romero obviously popularized the idea of them, and then it just become like a full blown like staple horror. But like you said, there are things that exist that you could argue in on a borderline like a zombie type of mad virus type thing. So they're not really. So that's why I would probably say dragons are my favorite mythical creature. That
Yeah.
just shit like that. Like, there's just so many fucking cool ones. Fucking elves and shit, man.
Oh, there's like.
They exist. Them. I work with one.
There's so many things, and like as we've said before, paganism and their beliefs and stuff like that. Like, yet again, they believe on so many things that are not proven to exist, but they believe so heavily in it.
See,
And
tell
I'm just
you
like,
what.
they have a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, like I tell you now, I don't believe in him for a day in fucking Tuesday. But like fucking orcs, fucking ogres and shit like that, I think they're cool as shit, mate. I don't believe they fucking exist though. And if they
No,
did,
yeah,
I
that'd be
fucking
cool.
hope I hope they de-evolved into fucking pigs or something.
But
But
how many
fuck me.
times have you walked over a bridge thinking there might be a troll underneath it? Or it's like come across your mind being like, troll.
I'll be
Even though
totally
it's
honest, never. But
never.
I also find it quite funny that you think you'd expect to see me walking over a bridge when I feel dizzy being high up. I ain't been on any bridges big enough for me looking over and thinking troll.
I always have done that. I very rarely walk slowly over a bridge because it's always been since I've been a kid, the back of my mind being like, I don't believe in them, but at the same time, if there was something under there, is it going to give me bad luck? Is this bridge gonna fail when I walk on it?
Tell you what would be cool. Um, Phoenix. I think a phoenix would be cool as shit if that was real. And
They are
also,
pretty cool.
what I just say this for a laugh anyway because it's just quite comical to me. What are our thoughts on mermaids?
That is one of my subjects. Or one of my
Damn.
things. Mermaids. I would want to believe that they're real. Because they are so cool, but at the same time, we live on land. How can a humanoid thing live underwater?
Shagging them fish, man.
Like, it's just not feasible.
Nah, they're not.
But at the same time, it would be so cool if they exist.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah,
your
I
thoughts, Hayden?
did a quick Google thing. Zombies do come in the list under
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah. It says for anyone who likes horror films, you know zombies have been long and varied in history, not only in Hollywood but in legend. They originated in Hayden folklore. I don't even know that word. With the Hayden French term zombie or zombie used to describe a corpse reanimated through magic or other means. Across the years, zombie stories have shifted to meet current cultural fears and context. But the idea was that you used to be reanimate someone through magic and that witchcraft.
Mm.
Well, damn. Sorry. Continue.
It's probably from the amount of times they've buried someone alive and then they've actually managed to escape.
Probably. That's teetering on what I imagine.
Hayden, mermaids.
I mean, yeah.
Calamari. Nicey, nicey. Tell you one thing that I used to be, I knew a little bit of was the Oni, but I think playing Phasmophobia just killed the Oni for me. Because it can just look like a little child or look like anything, but obviously the ancient Japanese myth behind it, proper wicked, horrible demon from hell. It's supposed to be like a little shriveled up thing. It's either red or blue in it. It's got like horns and horrible like different thing. It's supposed to basically like punish people who do evil and things like that.
Japanese creatures are so fucking terrifying. They
Oh,
don't
honestly,
dull down.
if you Google an Oni, what a traditional Japanese Oni looks like, it is honestly terrifying.
Like, all of their creatures are absolutely terrifying.
Japanese Oni. Yeah, I think the masks are cool as shit though. You can get the mask, can't you? Which is kind of like what the samurais and shit use. That's why they were used to terrify people that they would hunt down. Oh, look at that! Fucking threatening, you dirty bastard. Genghis Khan, do you in?
So do we all know what mermaids do or would do
Swim, probably.
or known to be doing?
Are they
Or like,
supposed
well,
to like lure
what's the
people
known
into
thing?
the scene, like with music and shit, and
Mm.
meet them?
See, I used to when I was a young guy, I used to get mermaid and a banshee mixed up.
What?
I just thought it's because of the freaking internet and TV. I just thought mermaids were nice, cute, sweet women and guys.
Oh no,
That
I
were just
think
so
Harry
nice.
Potter. I think Harry Potter did best depicted of them little fucking horrible. Fucking.
Yeah, but I didn't think that was mermaids. I thought that was something else. But
horrible.
yeah, the Western concept of mermaids as beautiful, seductive singers that are influenced by sirens. That's the ones I think of. May have been influenced by sirens of Greek mythology. So sirens were the ones that would lure sailors to their death.
Damn.
And mermaids are just the sweet, adorable things.
Just eat all beaked off bones.
But then I guess, like, sirens, mermaids, and banshees, pretty much like similar species, just different subcategories.
Yeah. Suppose.
That's what I would say. Anyway.
Can we also drift over the fact that you still did not include your ones that you really, really like I just did?
Well, it's because I like all of them.
Well, yeah, I like them all, but have you not got like a top three? Like Hayden's is probably like Mothman.
Dragon.
I always forget the name of weird beastie thing with snake and lion and dog, whatever it is.
Chimera.
I was listening. There we go. Calamari.
The only way I know that name is through. Is it Smite? Does Smite use it?
I think it's
If it's not Smite, it's Paragon. Yeah, well, mine would be dragons and Wendigo.
Wendigo, and they're the ones that drink blood and shit.
So a Wendigo is a mythological creature, an evil spirit originating from fuck knows folklore. How the fuck you meant to say that? The concept of the Wendigo has been widely used in literature and other worlds of art, and your horror games and what everybody knows about them. The Wendigo is said to be a malevolent spirit, sometimes depicted as a creature with a human-like characteristics, which possesses humans. It says it causes the victims to feel an insatiable hunger and desire to eat other humans.
That's where they come about from. Like they said to have spawned from cannibals. And
yeah, if someone eats the flesh of someone else,
damn,
or another human being, they get possessed by this spirit.
Okay.
That then like takes over and just wants to kill everything.
So, I know you said you don't want to go into it, but I really do want to know what ones you actually believe in, Pomsky.
Apologies.
I mean, I would like to say I'd believe in the Bigfoot. I don't feel like they're probably around anymore. I feel like it was probably a brief timing period. They was like an in-between stage of evolution and it died off eventually.
Okay.
Oh, I work with some apes, tell you.
So I believe that they probably did once exist, and probably not anymore.
I'll tell
However,
you why
there is a heck ton of forestry that like is never discovered, is never been really well known because people go missing because they get lost. And it's dead. There's no signal, no nothing. Absolute complete dead zone of the world. People walk into the forest and never come out, and it's like a 75% chance you'll make it. So it's stuff like that where I'm there being like, okay, people always are quick to say, oh, the ocean is so undiscovered. Yeah, but there's still forests that may have been charted and discovered, but doesn't mean crazy shit doesn't happen in those woods.
Yeah, that's the point.
Like cultists.
Again, it's a no judgment zone here. Like, I'm serious. Like, I just wanted to like know one or two that you actually believed existed, and it's cool. Like,
I mean,
again, no judgment.
if it wasn't for the fact that I looked up if dragons have finally been confirmed to be real or not, that it made me sad. Because I, forever and a day, have believed that dragons used to exist. Very way back when. I was like, if you can have that thing, massive things, live in the ocean, and the freaking Diplodocus was walking around the size of a freaking 50-story building or whatever. Like, if those things can walk around the earth, why can't you have a giant flying creature?
Gojira.
You have fucking T-Rex and stuff like this walking the earth. You have the meg and giant squids in the ocean. Why the fuck can't you have something flying that's massive?
No, to be fair, I don't disbelieve there probably wouldn't have been something of that capacity flying around. Maybe not fire breathing and stuff like that. I think there
Probably
is.
not.
I think there may be like light truth to quite a few mythical things, but
Mm,
teetered on exaggerations and
mm,
unrealistic things to sell. End of the day, there's that story. This is kind of a myth, conspiracy theory type thing. I know we're not on conspiracy theories, but like there was supposed to be that guy who figured out how to run engines with water. So obviously he'd have an influence by water. The dude like ended up turning up dead like not very long later. Like after he
mm.
told his friends about it and it was on all his recordings.
So many times that's
Things
happened.
things in life sell. So if there was like a really, really big bird at one point in time, that's like a triple the pterodactyl size or something. I'm like, oh yeah, if you try to sell that, it's like, oh yeah, it's just a big bird. But if you start saying that bitch can speak English and breathes fire or speaks in Icelandic or whatever, people are gonna fucking start reading into that.
Mm,
But I think so, like you with the Bigfoot and that, whether there was a really big kind of ape human hybrid thing, I don't know, but I think it might teeter on some slight elements of the truth for me, but
mm.
exaggerated to an extent to sell a story.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I said, that like Hayden said, judge free. Like I'm not saying what you're saying is daft or stupid or implausible or
No.
anything like that. It's just a case of like I do think there are some that are like probably like the banshee, for example. It could be happen to someone so very specific in that situation where like a banshee is so plausible that that's a real
Yeah.
being that is after someone. Just be the situation they're in. It just makes it look so accurate that you can't do nothing but believe it. It's just one of them. So don't ever feel stupid or daft for
Oh no.
saying what
But that's it. That's what I'm saying. It's like what I believe in and what my thoughts and opinions are is like that's for me. Like if you want to say something else, and I'm not someone that's going to shut down what other people's opinions on my things. Like yet again, it's people's opinions. But yeah, I totally agree. Like a lot of stuff, like with absolutely everything. Everything is dramatized. Everything is blown up out of proportion. Literally everything. So it is one of those things where half of these things, at the end of the day, someone had to think of it, and whatever thought that triggered them to think that this could be a thing, like that's had some truth somewhere along the line.
Well, I will say I do believe in fairies. I do. I don't, but
But that's
anyone
it.
gets that reference.
Pagans used to believe in fairies and tree elves and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
some people legitimately base their
So,
day-to-day opinions on shit that are mythical.
Mm.
I guess Pomsky, you don't know this about me, but I know
Yeah,
people, a couple of people who are listening know it. But I'm actually pagan.
Yeah, you've said.
So I believe in like a lot of these things and
Mm.
things that I've seen. Maybe I was
Yeah.
tripping balls, but
Maybe you were on
still,
some shrooms at the time, but
That's what I'm
I've
saying.
seen
Experience, isn't it?
I've
Mm.
seen shit. Like I've seen shit.
Dead people.
My best
I
friend
see
does
dead
a
people.
lot of like pagan traditions and stuff like that. She loves everything pagan and paganism.
Pagan
She
Hayden.
I find it fascinating. Like I definitely would not go against anything pagan wise. I just don't know enough about it to be a full believer in everything.
Yeah, you
But
curse that bitch.
but then like everything that's been said or everything that my friends told me, I'm like, yeah, definitely. I could totally do that, or I could totally believe in that. Or yeah, back that up.
I mean, I mean, like Hayden said, it's pagan. And this and that. I find a lot of it fascinating, and that's why I like, even though they're quite shit films. That's why I like the Clash of Titans and things. The films like that. It's just because even if you got believers and non-believers in a room, and you had to put me in there in that room, I would just be in the middle because I'd turn around and say, yeah, I'd like to believe that it's real, on just the basis that if I don't think it's real, or I don't care enough, or I'm like, nah, it's shit. I just think life's going to be very dull because I've got quite a creative mindset. Me, I like to
Mhm.
think of like create images in my head and think of stories and shit. I'm like, yeah, fucking too right. There's a sexy ass snake woman that'll fucking punish you, turn you into stone, and there's a dude that controls the underworld and fucking consent. Yeah, too fucking right, man. Because if there's not, then I just find life boring. That's not to say, some
That's
people
it. It's how
some
many
people might
people are
not be
just
able to go their day to day believing it because it genuinely would freak them out. It's just each to their own.
I
But
think
I'm
a
like,
lot
nah,
of people are
come on.
just closed-minded, aren't they? They're just like, oh well, this isn't because I don't know this,
Well, do you
rather
know what I
than
said
being
to
just
them?
open to the idea.
I say you're a kraken, and you go, "What do you mean I'm a kraken? Crack on these nuts, bitch." Jesus, shouldn't have said that. That was cringy. That well done.
So, something that I know someone's watched on TV, apparently was by like people who study like unsolved mysteries and trying to put pieces together. It sounds ridiculous, and I agree, but at the same time, I just want to talk about it.
You go fire away.
So, it is known amongst some that Bigfoots are actually part of aliens or alien races, and apparently they can camouflage like predators, and that is exactly why we can't see them most of the time. And apparently, based on why predators is based on it.
So you're telling me Bigfoot species are aliens, and they looked at us and thought, "Yeah, fuck it, they look like that. That'll do." And they're like, "Hang on, have you not got the high tech fucking holographic disguise?" And like, nah, just get the fucking spare one out of the cupboard. And then they're like, "Fuck this, but it stinks. Smells like a fucking sweaty gym bag. Fuck it, put it on." They believe I ate these bastards.
Well,
And
no,
then
alien like Bigfoots are the alien. Like that's just
that's
what
what
the
I'm
alien
saying.
looks
That's
like.
that's them. Oh right, the actual Sasquatch.
Yeah,
What are you
that
talking
is
about?
the alien.
Oogly doogly dee.
What's
Like
going on, man?
apparently their eye color tells whether what kind of like there'd probably be other features, but we don't know.
How the
But their
fuck do you
eye
know their eye
color
colours? You
would
can't
tell
fucking see them.
us. Well, they're not always camouflaged.
Yeah, Hayden, you
It's
hairy
just they have the
bastard.
camouflaging
Sorry.
abilities.
Camel
Um,
toe flash.
I just thought it was very fun, but
Oh, that's
apparently
actually
that's
quite a good eye. It's quite a good. You could
apparently
go in a
that's
rabbit hole,
where
you
the
know.
predator. Yeah, exactly. Apparently that's where the predator idea, like obviously not directly, but through the grapevine, is from this theory that they could camouflage, and that's why
Or
we can't
the
find them.
Or do you think that the people who believe in Bigfoot and stuff, they watch Predator,
Yeah,
and it
that's
was
my
just like,
idea.
this is why we can't see the Bigfoot?
Yeah, it's like put
That's
two
what
and
I'm
two
saying.
together and be like, oh
Yeah.
my god, this makes sense.
Rabbit hole. Like you're saying, you go down a rabbit hole there.
The thing is, though, if we want to make something make sense, we will, and we'll find anything that has any correlation and piece it together and be like, that is it. That is
Of
why
course.
that happens.
Have we done a conspiracy theory episode?
No, it is
Not yet.
on the list.
We're doing one.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm gonna save it for there, but I've got one that fucking does me in.
Do you guys believe a Bigfoot existed? I've obviously said what I think about Bigfoot.
Personally, no.
I mean, I kind of teetered on it a little before. Maybe not.
But
I don't think in that extent of like what people believe Bigfoot to be in its existence now, is in the whole thing behind it. But was there like a rare case of like, I don't know, like a big fuck off bear that looked really bizarre? You know what I mean? I think it's going to teeter on some truth, but I just don't think the story of what people say is the fact of Bigfoot is true, if that makes sense. Like, how everyone says he exists and things like, and how he moves and the story behind it. I'm like, no, I don't really believe in that. But I think something's happened in some fucking highlands somewhere, some big fuck off mountains, and
yeah, something
there's a
like
story
a
that's come
Yeti
down.
or so, yeah,
Yeah, like
was
something
something
there.
like, yeah, I believe there's something, but the reason why I don't believe in traditional Bigfoot is mainly because of those the most well-known documented fucking thing where it's got the guy in the costume or something, and he's like looking back at the camera and stuff, and the guy died, but then the second guy who caught that pretty much admitted that it was fake.
The convenience in that day and age, with how long it would have had to take to set that camera up and everything like that,
Exactly.
for it to conveniently walk across.
Exactly. But as Nathan was saying, I do believe that there was a creature out there that got passed, that, you know, stories got passed down of it about, you know, this thing, and, you know, and it's just evolved from there, because again, that's a lot of my belief as well, you know, my actual belief system relies on a bunch of that shit. So yeah, it's not.
Every time I think of Bigfoot, I think of Elf when he's walking through the trees. literally fucking same. I'm like, everyone's like Bigfoot. I'm like Will Ferrell. Fuck's sake.
So yeah, so it's like, I believe in some form of like a Bigfoot or a Yeti or whatever. But from what people believe nowadays, I don't, just because of all of the stuff around it, and you know, guys coming out pretty much saying, oh yeah, we faked it and stuff like that. Then
it's, to me, like we discussed pretty much at the beginning of the episode of the podcast, it's out of a lot of the mythical beings and a lot of them that are so anciently recorded, and this is kind of more of a modern day recorded. Like I say, Pomsky obviously said a piece on it, and it could be a case of the reason it's not been recorded since it's simply it's dead, or it's whatever. That's the thing. But it being such in a modern day setting, I feel like of all the mythical creatures, it would be the most plausible to be able to detect, just with what we've got technology wise. Now I know you said, like, people go on the thing of like teething on, like, oh, it's camouflage, it's aliens, whatever your belief is, isn't it? Fair enough. It's just, for me, it would be, like you said, we're setting the camera up, this, then it would be either too hard to document the way they've documented it, or it would just be too simple.
Way too convenient.
Yeah, like I said, somewhat, some part of me kind of does believe in the Kraken and things like Hayden said. It could be it was called the Kraken. It could literally have just been a fucking monster Muhammad fucking squid that was getting fucking sick of ships and stuff. Because obviously there was a lot more ships then. Like, but that we're talking God knows how long ago. And I think something like that existed. It just simply died off just because of its size, its magnitude. It just couldn't breed enough. Like it just
Well, that's
died
it.
off.
Like everything's shrunk down in size, really, hasn't it? Because if you think
Yeah.
of, like dinosaur times, everything was ginormous.
Oh
Like
yeah.
centipedes and millipedes were absolutely ginormous. And now they're like tiny little things that are just
Same
in the
with
ground that you can
crocodiles, and
barely
that
ever see. Yeah, exactly. They used to be
crocodiles were
ginormous.
fucking terrifying.
Everything used to be way bigger
You've also
back
got to
when.
think some things back in time didn't even walk on land, and it evolved to
Yeah,
start walking on land. So that
exactly.
it says a lot, really. So
Well, that's
yeah,
it.
my
Technically, we
tempe.
came from the ocean anyway. So,
Cake by the ocean. Oh, that's my
um,
tempe on it anyway.
I feel like this is what I said like way back when we thought of this episode was mythical creatures and cryptids. It's inevitable that we're going to go into conspiracy theories.
Yeah, because
Because
it kind of teeters on the same. I've said teeters about 50 fucking times. Editors, edit a few TTs out, please. I've got TTs on my mind. I must have all them TTs I see in that group chat. That's what it is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because when you start talking mythical and this and that, it is in that same sort of ballpark of conspiracy theory and that. Because
Yeah, because it's what
they're
everyone
the
believes, isn't it? And
yeah,
nothing's
because
proven.
that's what it is. Conspiracy theories, as similar to mythical creatures, are stories, whether you choose to believe or not.
Exactly, yeah.
Whether the fact or not non-factual is kind of unknown, and that's half the point, half why they're called mystery. But conspiracy theories are fucking great. Love 'em.
Yeah, I want to do one based on conspiracy theories because
Some are
there is.
fucking stupid. Like some people, conspiracy theories think fucking Jack the Ripper's still alive. I mean, fuck me, he's not immortal. Like fuck me, like that
There is
fucker's
so many fucking
he's
shit
dead
ones out
and
there.
gone. But then you can say there's about 1,600 fucking other Jack the Ripper theories. It was a woman and it was this and it. There's fucking loads. You
Yeah.
know, you need 2 days set aside for that. You don't need fucking one evening. You need 2 days. You know.
We briefly touched on. Well, I don't say briefly. We didn't really briefly. It was a bit in depth, but werewolves.
We briefly touched on mythical creatures.
I love
Werewolves.
the idea of a werewolf. If I could be any mythical creature, I'd be a werewolf.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
I'm
love the
hairy
idea
enough
of a
already
werewolf.
as is, but like, yeah, I love the theory of a werewolf. I think that's so cool.
The only thing I wouldn't.
But all right, so one thing I wanted to get out there before I forget is if you could be a werewolf, what is your ideal werewolf look? Are we talking about the
What are we doing? Build a
9
werewolf.
foot? Yeah, build a werewolf, right? Describe to me your ideal, what you think of when you think of a werewolf. What do you think of? Do you think of like the tall, like wolf-like guy, but it's still got some sort of humanoid, or do you think of Twilight furry little
No.
shitbags? You know what I mean? Like what one do you think of when you think of a werewolf?
See, I really like the design of for the longest time, if you said something like that, it would have been like kind of like Bram Stoker's Dracula. Do you know, kind of like that very kind of wolf looking but kind of human face, but some like hybrid of kind of like a bat as well, like that sort of wolf, almost like bear look. But I also can't deny that I really fucking like the look of what they did with like the Harry Potter one with Professor Lupin.
Yeah,
I really like that style because it's not the Twilighty one or anything like that, but it's the idea of that is the most sort of wolf looking one, but it is literally got all the features of a human. Like it's the way the legs are and it stands, but its face is just a wolf. And I like that one more so now because the Bram Stoker's Dracula, looking at it, all that excess hair and everything like that, where it comes from. It's the idea of like, oh, your skin rips and it pulls. So if you look at the werewolf from Harry Potter, it's kind of like skin's pull and it's all like bald and it's fucking horrible. It used to make me feel a bit queasy when I was fucking
Has anyone
younger
watched
watching.
Van Helsing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I imagine.
But the point is, that's a good one. I wish the CGI was slightly better in that, but yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yeah. The werewolves in Underworld are really good.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Underworld
Yes.
is all right.
Underworld's really good.
Underappreciated
Really
fucking
good.
movies as well.
Right,
by the way, I
that
love
is there
those films.
alongside with Resident Evil, but why is it not as popular as Resident Evil? Like Resident Evil and Underworld are literally next to each other on my list.
Yeah, I'll just Google Underworld werewolf, and it literally
yeah,
teeters
but they're not
on,
werewolves though; they're lichens.
Yeah, I mean,
same thing, kind of.
Yeah,
but...
it's kind of like a abbreviation of.
Yeah.
Well, they again same principle. The kind of teeter on. Oh, I said it again. They kind of word of the day. They kind of touch on that werewolfy Twilight style of like where they move and that because they crouch and that like a wolf, but the more threatening. They're not the fucking like e-girly fucking shit like ones. The proper got the anatomy. I don't know. They've got like an actual anatomy of a wolf, but if he was to put it into a human form, and when when he turns into one, what's his name now? Michael Sheen, when he turns into the lichen, that's mental. That shit looks cool.
I was just looking up what the difference is. And apparently werewolves can turn in the humanoid turns into the wolf. But can't turn back, and they find it difficult that they can't on command change back, where lichens can.
I was gonna say
can control. Yeah, lichens can control when they turn into the werewolf form.
Tell you what, Hayden, before you give your finger, I'm gonna throw one out there. Fucking Skyrim werewolves.
Yes, yeah, I love the Skyrim werewolf. So for me, the right description of a werewolf when I think of werewolves is the typical Skyrim / like humanoid type ones, not these furry little fucking werewolf wannabes from time.
That's why I said the Bram Stoker one changed for me all the time, because I think in that film the acting of the werewolf, I like how a werewolf would act is actually. I'm gonna revoke that statement, because in that film the woman comes outside kind of in a possessed trance and he rapes the shit out of her. So I'm actually gonna change my mind on that. Never mind. I was gonna say like the way it acts, like it's very in that film it's dead feral and it howls and then it tries to attract people. Yeah, tries to attract like people to come out so it can literally abuse them and find its meal. But no, I think yeah, like I said, like Skyrim and things like that, like you said, Van Helsing, stuff like that.
Can I also just say another point between the differences?
No, you're not allowed.
Werewolves are humans that have been placed under a curse. Most of the time. And often by scratch or bite can transform. Or transfer it, should I say. Where I think is it lycanthropy? I think that is literally just blood transference. Werewolves have more of the witchy aspect.
Yeah. It's sort of the liken's sort of more like a race. It's just like
it's like custom
what it is,
like blood transfusion.
Custom made. Build a wolf.
But
build a wolf, you know.
I think I actually like lichens more than werewolves personally.
Lichens are cool.
I think I've always, because I've loved the Underworld films. I think the idea of like a werewolf is kind of cool. But when you ask the question like, what would you think of being a werewolf? And you was like, yeah, I look like they look aesthetically pleasing. I
Yeah.
don't think if you put it in a practical sense, I don't think I could deal with like the uncontrolled carnage because that's the idea of what a werewolf is.
Mm,
Like I couldn't think the idea of like blacking out, turning into a wolf on a full moon, bear in mind. Waking up,
mm,
I've ripped fucking my other half in half. Guinea pig's been
mm.
fucking munched for a snack. Cat's gone, and half my street's dead. There's smoke and fire everywhere, and I'm getting hunted down by the fucking military. Nay, it's a fucking long day. That do you know what I mean? I'd have to do like what they do in some of the films they do nowadays, where you're aware of it, and you have to kind of like lock yourself up and prevent it from happening. But I just think it'd be long,
Mm.
be a long as I was a liking, and I could just like do it as when
Use
I
when.
please. And they kind of have control over what they do when they're transformed ish.
Mm.
That'd be a bit better.
Well, I was actually just reading, and I made notes saying during the witch trials there was accusations of lycanthropy, and that's why people were accused of being a werewolf. So whether lycanthropy is like the general term for a werewolf or lycan, or maybe a werewolf is an uncontrolled version. Like there's two different types of werewolves almost, but lycanthropy is like the general species terms. But yeah,
Similar to Will.
yeah,
If you've
exactly.
got-
People
if-
that have been accused for werewolves, well, they would then try and chase the witch.
Yeah. If you got the option, someone approached you and they gave you the option, become a vampire, would you do it?
Yeah, I'd do
I think
it.
I
I
would.
mean, why the fuck not?
I mean, because
I'd do
some
it.
people I asked it go in a very deep thought about it, like you are literally immortal, very man. But I'm like, it does sound incredibly fucked up.
It's
But
not
when you
hard
get
though. How do you
when you
keep
get
getting
to the
blood?
well, I was like, well, think today's day and age, there's 8 billion people in the world, and there's also animals and shit.
I'd feed on like the people who deserve it. Like honestly,
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
basically
but would
become a
you want that
superhero.
toxic shit in your mouth?
But yeah. I mean,
I tell you what, I'd be all right.
have you ever watched What We Do in the Shadows?
You could end up having like hep or something like that. Yeah, not with syphilis or something shit.
Yeah, but we
you're
also
you're a
live in
vampire. Yeah.
we also live in a day and age where I'm like, I'm a vampire. I will just train for a long ass time to become a doctor. I'll literally have people's records on file.
That's a good
blood.
idea.
I'll just hunt them down. I've got an infinite supply, and I'll also just steal blood bags and shit like that.
Mm.
But they are that. But people
Oh
are
my
like, yeah,
God.
your
Conspiracy
family, things like
theories.
that. No, but I'm like,
Surgeons are vampires.
in like 4,000 years after your parents are dead and like your love's dead and all that, would you not think you just kind of get on with it, start again? Like I have so many families and
I
so
say
many
people like
things.
wish they could be immortal, and like that's like medical thing right now, isn't it? Is how can we live longer and how can we help ourselves?
Oh yeah, I
At the
mean
same
we do
time,
live longer.
we don't need to.
No, I mean we do live longer. I mean, going back to the previous podcast, you know, one like how my fears are and stuff, and things like that. So like, yeah, I mean, end of the day, as long as it's not painful and a painful existence, yeah, I'll fucking take as much time as I can get. I just don't ever believe in like the vampire thing of like, I never got it in films, right? A vampire go over and bite this fucking woman. He'd wake up, she's a vampire, and then they bite the next on, they drink his blood or whatever, and he's not a vampire. It's one or the other. It's either you can transmit your vampirism and fucking make someone a vampire, or you just feed. Like what?
Yeah, but then there's feeding and then there's injecting. You're meant to be
Yeah,
like
all
a
right
snake,
then.
aren't you?
Yeah, all right. I put my dick in a woman, she's pregnant. I put my dick in the next woman, she's dead. Like it's not the same. Like it's the same thing. It's the fangs. It's just the same thing as doing it. Well, I don't get what the difference would be. Maybe I'm thinking too deep. Like teetering on. I'm gonna fucking stab this guinea pig squirrel in the fucking nose. Why do I keep saying that word? I've heard it somewhere today, and it's stuck in my brain. It's you in fucking songs, fucking stuck in the brain. I've heard that word twice today in work. I think it was, and I fucking can't get it out of my skull. Someone suck my tits.
Does anyone know where werewolves originated from?
My nan's back garden. Fuck, I don't know. Pennsylvania.
Hayden?
No.
Probably some Scandinavian country.
Yeah, pretty much. The tales of werewolves started
Norway, isn't it?
in what's now known as Switzerland. It didn't used to be. In the early 15th century, then spread throughout Europe.
You fucking right, did. Right.
I need to say, Europe's got some crazy theories and everything.
Fucking leprechauns.
Yet
Never
again,
fa-
vampires.
Never
Western
found one of them
Europe.
knobheads at back of my fucking pot of gold with a rainbow ended in my mum's back garden once. Lying bastard. Lucky Charms my ass.
Was Ryan there by any chance?
No, was he fuck?
Oh,
Damn!
Damn!
Don't do me boy like that. What are you playing at?
God damn.
Might have been in my garden, but I couldn't see him. So is it him who stole my fucking gold?
Yeah.
I know what the joke was implying, but I'm gonna defend the fella, bless him. Nah, there's so many fucking Europe alone has so many different things that it's mental. We're moving off werewolves now.
Thoughts? Yeah. Everyone's thoughts on skinwalkers.
I don't know. You know,
They're scary motherfuckers. That's all I know.
terrifying. And there's some videos I've seen that I can see. I've seen that are very clearly AI. Some I've seen that are very clearly staged. And then some shit I've seen, I'm like, nah, please get out my brain before I can't sleep for a week. I mean, you know, what gets me about the skinwater thing, and people sometimes prove they're not edited, like when like certain celebrities or some other people in interviews and their eyes go all fucking like reptilian like and over. Oh, there's just some shit I can't get behind. You know,
you should watch my videos back sometimes when I'm either tired or had a few drinks. My eyes dart off in different directions and it scares me out. I can't watch my own videos.
She's a skinwalker, Hayden. Come to down, killer. You're closer. You take the first stab at her.
I'm southern. I'm southern. Remember, I'm southern.
Oh yeah, he's a southerner.
You're an hour, Nate's 2 hours away, so.
Yeah, you're both southern bastards. It's fine. Hayden, you can be an adoptive northerner for this hunt.
Thank you.
We're taking it down.
No, it is actually scary. I can't watch myself on my streams anymore. I just watch everything else that's cracking off.
So you telling us that you're a skinwalker then?
Oh, that was what it
I might be
like.
possessed, but it's like letting me live my life on like certain things.
Do skinwalkers possess people?
They
take over the whole persona and say they basically take over you and get rid of you.
No, I get that. I didn't realize they possess you though.
Yeah, so it says the Navajos believe skinwalkers are witches that can turn into, possess, or disguise themselves as animals like wolves, coyotes, or birds.
Big up my witches.
Fucking pigeons, man.
Pigeons. It was always the pigeons.
They're on my conspiracy fucking subject, but pigeons, man. Fucking telling you.
I love pigeons. They're adorable.
Fuck them off. One doesn't follow you for half a mile because all you've eaten is a pasty. They just won't fucking do it. They're after me.
I fucking love them.
I drive past this lamppost, right, when I'm going to my mum's. If I go on, we call it the New Road because it's not even that new anymore. It's been there a couple of years, but you know what I mean. So, but I go across it, and there's this. I don't know if it's the same pigeon, obviously, but I'm going to assume it is. A fucking government planted ass bird sits on the exact same lamppost in the same spot, looking the same way every time I go past there.
You sure it's not
even
fake?
lying. Nah, it's a full no one's going up that lamppost to do that. It moves its head, and I'm not saying it's stagnant. It's just always like sat the same way, like its body's facing the same way, and its head's just fucking going round.
Maybe it's like scouting.
It's fucking recording because it sits on the lamppost after the fucking speed check area camera stand. That's fucking what it is. It's a government plant. But I also like to say I have actually seen a baby pigeon with my own eyes. It was in work, and I took like 17 photographs.
I don't think I've ever seen a baby pigeon in
No.
my life.
I looked at it and went, oh my God. And my colleague went, what? I went, that is literally a baby pigeon. I went, what? That is a baby pigeon. No, it's not. It's a normal pigeon. I went, no, it's not. Look at its feathers. And like, they're a fucking mythical creature. Baby pigeons.
Yeah, that is true. You
And I've
literally
fucking
never
seen
see
one.
a baby
I've
baby
fucking seen
pigeon.
one. And its colour, its feathers and that were all like slightly different colours. And that, you can tell it's like baby feathers. It was.
Fluffy ones rather than
Yeah, it was really,
knit
really
together ones.
fluffy. Yeah, and it was like kind of shedding it, not shedding. Well, I don't what shedding its feathers the right word. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think something like
But
that.
it was defluffing, put it that way.
It's-
And I was like,
Defluffing.
oh my fucking God,
That's
that
what I
is
do
a
to my
baby
stuff that's
pigeon.
got fluff on it.
So yeah. Touching on mythical creatures slightly, you disappointed me when I went drinking the other night. I looked at my phone. You said we've got a dragon. I thought you gone and got a bearded dragon or something, and then I goes on to find out it's a little animated dragon. I was slightly fuming. I'm gonna admit I was slightly fuming.
I mean,
Oh.
bearded dragons have never really like. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are cool as fuck. But at the same time, I've never really been like, oh yeah, I really want one.
I used to have one. It was chill as fuck. But I got him in
Yeah,
the
they
last
are
days of his
like the
life.
cute. But don't you have to keep a heated lamp on them as well?
For a set amount of hours, 12 hours there, yeah. But I just got
Can't
time
afford
uploads
that.
soon. Oh yeah, not now. Fuck that. Unless that bearded dragon's coming with dollar and paying rent and fuck off.
Literally.
Sorry, I know that was off on a bit of a tangent, but it kind of half is in
Yeah,
the subject topic.
yeah.
Was a dragon after all.
I'll do the quiz. I'll pull it up. Right. Okay. So, question 1, and this is all of us because I don't have the answer until I, answer the question. It's gonna ask us a question. We've got 3 choices. We pick which one we think it is, like as a group decision. It will count how many we get right at the end. There's 10 questions. Right. This half man, half bull beast was kept in a labyrinth in Crete. We've got a minotaur, a chimera, or a phoenix.
Option A.
It's a minotaur. Yeah.
It's a minor.
Yep, we got that correct. So keep score on how many we've got correct, please, because I will forget.
Wait, let me get my paper.
Oh wait, no, I've got one. It says here so far 1 right, 0. Okay.
Fine.
So in Egypt, this beast had the body of a lion and the head of a man. In Greece, it had breasts and the head of a woman and wings. What is it? A basilisk, a sphinx, or a chimera?
I think it's a basilisk.
No, it's a sphinx.
It's just, I doesn't say it's a sphinx.
It is.
What was the woman part?
It's the
That's what, in Egypt, not Greece.
Egypt.
This beast had the body of a lion. That's where I went, ha ha ha. But I was reading the rest of it. So it's got the body of a lion, the head of a man.
Yeah.
But in Greece, it had the breasts and head of a woman and wings.
Well, it clearly doesn't have the breasts of a woman.
But yeah, it's a sphinx.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. 2 out of 2. Right. Question 3. Why is it put the question like that? I'm gonna say how it says the question, but it's trying to like do it in a jokey way. Talk about ugly. Just looking at this snake-haired monster would turn you into stone. What is it? Medusa, herpes, or chimera?
I think that one would do you in as well, but I believe the answer is Medusa.
It don't say herpes, it says harpies. I just read it as herpes.
Oh my god.
But I think we all know that one.
Yeah.
Wait. I want Pomsky to answer. What is it?
Medusa.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
forgot her name for a second then. I was like, you've literally just said it, Nathan. What the fuck?
I said
The
it's
original Hound from Hell. This pooch had 3 heads, a
Pooch.
tail and mane of snakes,
Oh, is
Nah,
that
and
bro.
it?
guarded the
Zebra.
entrance to Hades. Is it a basilisk, Cerberus, or a
Cerberus.
minotaur?
Cerberus.
Cerberus. The
Do you know what's
goodest
fucking
of boys.
Sick.
I fucking love them, me. They're class, them. We didn't even touch on them. Oh, God. All fucking naughty. But
Right,
what
I'll
really
put
pisses me off
Cerberus
with
then.
quizzes like this, and I'm interrupting a little bit, is the fact that why does it give you, like, answers to other questions you've already asked so you know the answer to
Yeah, I know.
it? It's the most
Yeah.
stupid thing ever. Are we 4?
Yeah, we're 4 for 4.
No, I meant as in 4 years old, but yeah, carry on.
Oh yeah, 4. Yeah. We're 4 years. This fire-breathing mishmash of a monster was a lion with a goat's head in the middle of its back and what? A dragon's head for a tail? No. This quiz is stupid. It is a snake tail, my dude. But what is it? A basilisk, Medusa, or a chimera?
Chimera.
I'm assuming, yeah, the chimera one.
Why did it say dragon? I mean, I guess a snake, dragons, maybe breathing
Maybe
fire.
maybe the person that wrote this quiz was an absolute twat that didn't know what
I think so. I thought from the first 2 questions, I thought it was going to be
they
normal,
really
and then
couldn't
the
come
third
up
and
with
fourth
any
one.
more multiple options than those
Yeah.
4 same options.
Well, bad news, guys. The the quiz fucking reset on there. So fuck this quiz.
I've got a few questions here.
Go on then.
So it says here, the chupacabra is a cryptid originally sighted in Puerto Rico. What does chupacabra translate to?
Oh, I know this because this is one of my animals to talk about.
No Googling. It gave me 1,000 seconds.
It's a goat sucker.
No googling.
So
I don't know.
Are goat
Yeah,
demon, goat sucker, Spanish goat man, or vampire.
Goat sucker.
Goat sucker. Just
Goat.
because Pomsky said, you know.
I literally know the answer because I
Man
researched
sucker.
chupacabra.
It's passed down that goat sucking.
I love
Yeah.
the chupacabra. It's an amazing.
It is a goat sucker. Well done.
I know my mythical beasts. Not.
What animal does the Loch Ness monster bear a striking resemblance to?
Oh,
Me, I don't even want to
I
fucking
can't
read
remember.
these fucking answers.
I
Color
know
cam.
this.
I don't know. A Diplodocus.
Diplodocus.
Thank you.
A diplodocus didn't. That wasn't in the
Thank you.
woods.
That's
That
the
was
one.
on
That's
land.
the one.
Who's got a long neck?
Yeah, there's different.
Plysaurus or something like that.
That's it. The Plysaurus one.
An extinct species of water giraffe.
Yes, that
Oh.
one. The Plysaurus.
Well,
one.
I'll go with my first one because I know I'm wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, it's that the plesiosaur. It says
Plesiosaurus.
that's the one.
Please, my Saurus.
Oh fucking hell! Right, it says where was the most famous sighting of the Mothman? We've kind of already had that one.
Hey, West Virginia, baby, let's go.
And it's actually opened up the world map, and it wants me to click on where to put it. That's
Choose one of the states.
Fucking hell.
Choose one of the states.
Fucking mama, take me home.
Let's just
Country
hope you know.
road.
Because I don't.
Shit, what state's it in?
West Virginia.
I know, but I'm in Dakota here. Where the fuck am I going? I'm trying to scroll here.
West, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know geography, so fuck my life. I wouldn't be able to do that.
Shit, my map's well too far. I'm in Utah. Fuck off. This map's really hard to control.
You got this, I believe.
Fuck, I can't do it. It's in Idaho. It's not now.
Idaho.
Idaho.
I don't know.
I heard it.
I don't know.
It was there. Fucking went on wrong side. A Mothman museum is also located in Point Pleasant. Is you fucking took the fucking answer off? Alright, you're not bad. I know where it is. You fucking tagged it right in the middle. I'd have got 1,000 points if I got it there. Shit bastard.
What, we're playing GeoGuessr now?
Can I also point
I
out?
know,
that
who played
this
GeoGuessr?
Bast is a cryptid from northern England. What species is it said to be?
What's that?
Wolf.
Black dog, a black horse, a massive
black dog.
raven, an unidentified creature.
You literally
dog.
just cut two answers.
Bags. I don't know how
Black
you pronounce
dog.
it. Black dog. I'll
Black
believe
dog. I know it. I know it
It
is.
was right.
Yeah.
I just
I
point out,
wanted to talk about this, but I didn't do any research on it. I forgot what it was, but I've heard about that one before.
This quiz I'm doing. You can make it a public lobby and people can jump in and guess themselves.
Oh, that's cool.
I'll save the website. It's for next time.
Yeah, you can put
Oh
it
my
in
gosh.
the.
The skinwalker, while not a cryptid, can be traced back to what cultures, myths, and legends? So it's a Native American tribe, ancient Egypt, Mayan culture. Trick question: skinwalkers are not depicted in any myths or legends. The picture they have used
Native American.
Native American,
Correct.
yeah. Navajo.
Navajo or Navajo.
You're so
Navajo.
literal with your.
I literally just read it.
It's
Yeah.
the Navajo.
The Navajo. Navajo.
What cryptid partially inspired the sandworms from June?
Oh,
The Kukulkan, Mongolian deathworm,
I mean, I'm gonna go with that one.
Quartzal Corful, Titan Oboa, or something like that. These fucking words. I ain't
Titan
good at
boa.
it. That's the one, Titan Boa. Thank you. Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Titan boa, but I know through playing Smite, Goku Khan is like
the bird
the Chinese dragon thing. Yeah.
It
It's
was
like a snake with
the
wings.
fucking horrible little fucking wind attack it had.
Yeah. It's the fucking worst.
Yeah, he's a dickhead.
It was indeed the Mongolian deathworm.
Oh yeah, I said deathworm.
I know.
Hey.
The picture of it's fucking horrible. The original Mongolian name for the deathworm translates to large intestine worm. Oh fuck! It's all red and got blood in it.
Oh yeah, worm. No, Titan boa was like a massive fucking snake, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like a cobra in it.
Yeah.
Massive heart.
Dubha Chu is a larger otter-like creature from which country? Fuck! I have to type it. Dubha Chu. I'm gonna put that in. Yeah. China. Incorrect. Okay,
You said China, you said Chew.
Yeah.
Japan.
No, that's not true.
Fuck me, I've got Asian countries. I've gone Korea, Japan, China. Fuck. Spain.
Korea.
Fuck. Italy. Fuck, I got them all wrong. Fuck.
What's it called?
Find out. Oh, I don't know. I'll get the answer now. Ireland. Doba Chu. It's an otter creature. Roughly
Dobber Chu.
translates to water dog.
Oh.
Finally, Christian. That's what she said. Double points. Come on. Selma, also known as Seold Salmon, is a monster a lake monster from which country?
Selma.
What was it? Selma?
Selma, the Seljodsman.
Oh,
I got it right!
Oh.
Fuck yeah!
Sweet. What? Oh, fucking hell.
I
was gonna say like Sweden or something.
I was just typing out names. I put in Iceland as the first one, and I put Norway as the second one, and it was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just that first part of the name made me think Nordic places.
It's just said the winner of the quiz is me.
Fair.
Yay.
Sounds about right.
This is actually a good website. It's called quiz.com. You can do like enter pin rooms, and I did cryptids of the world, and it was hard, and it was 8 questions. It gives you all the questions you've got. What the fuck? Light phenomena sometimes appearing at Lake Pasaleka.
Yeah, the light phenomena. They're suspecting that's UFO.
Where is it?
It's in America somewhere, probably.
United States. Wrong.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh shit, they're all different questions. A noble spirit of Grainfield. Oh, this is just fucking locations. Suck me ass. I'm not doing that one. What the fuck? It's got a picture of the Loch Ness monster. It says, what are the name of this monster? Furiel Skella, Nesse, Mijal al-Smolle. It's not even fucking English. That one. Oh, Nessie. Oh, yeah, Loch Ness. Fucking stupid dick. I'm closing the Google now because I just didn't realise that was not. Fuck
I was
off.
gonna say.
What a fucking
why
idiot.
are
Right,
you
on that
getting
note, thank you
confused?
for watching, guys. It's been a fun time. I'm going to read up
Yeah,
on some
thank you
fucking
everyone
Mothman.
for listening
Thanks,
to us
Governors.
rambling, and our views and opinions and beliefs. Obviously, I hope you enjoyed the quizzes and
Quiz.
Quizzes. Quizzes. Yeah,
Quiz.
there were some quizzes. Fucking
One quiz.
world's most shittest depiction of reading English and shit questions. What the fuck?
Yeah, I've had a great time. Obviously, this is something that we'll probably carry on elsewhere. We've also touched on maybe some potential future episodes as well. So please stay tuned for those. Thank you for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye.
Sorry for my repetition.